A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Look at his defense for the Vikings. Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, 49ers.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Cade York on now for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. York able to send this one through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. looking to put a drive together. On first down, they'll start out with Wright. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Wright. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
The Vikings at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing is McCarthy. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down. You look at this Niner defense.
They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
They'll try and run for this with Wright.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
41 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's McCarthy. To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ready.
They'll run out of the gun with Wright. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Hawk 70.
They'll go again here with Wright. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Jalen Wright, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
7, 49ers 3.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Get set. Watch out. You're not.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
You see Purdy, he's going to shift them around. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Purdy now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are once again back in front. Now Cade York for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Niners 10, Vikings 7. Cade York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Let's go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
To the air with McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Purdy looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
42-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now McCarthy.
Throw left side complete. That's right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be second and a couple.
Come on, Vikings.
They'll work the middle here with Wright.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And they'll go right back to right. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give up the middle to right. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Wright's got it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Hey, smash!
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. Connects with Kittle underneath. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Purdy. That's caught downfield by Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And the 49er first down. A 28-yard gain. First down, San Francisco.
They go play action here. Purdy. Pass caught by Pearson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
49er first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. A throw left side for Pearson is complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
A gain of 24 more yards. That's another 49er first down. First and goal, San Francisco.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Purdy will look to throw again here. And it's caught. Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
Cade York to kick off.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone. For a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Inside the 10. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick 6.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they were defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
Cade York to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat. And if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Warrior 70.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
And on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 21-yard line.
Back to throw. Purdy gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Shotgun now with Purdy. Now he's going to step up and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Purdy. Got a man. That's Ayuk. Well, almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down, 49ers.
McCaffrey running up the middle.
He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Get set. Right around top. Here we go.
Now Purdy.
Now they go screen. It's complete. 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Isaac Guerrero, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Niners will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Cade York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Brings up third down.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. The Vikings on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
It's a gain of 2.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Complete to Ray. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, A loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 7. On the handoff, it's right.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Get set. Get set. 18. Watch out.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. This is McCaffrey on the give. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll run with McCaffrey. Down right around the 25.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Get set, get set. Watch out.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Cade York on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so, and maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Looking to throw McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So the victory here for San Francisco.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for San Francisco, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.